во дворе моем деревья станут выше, и друзья, что далеко, уже не станут ближе. Кто-то звал меня с собой, но я его не слышал. 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 День за днем, вторник, пятница, среда. Мое завтра и сегодня так похоже на вчера, где все так же бегут за годами года. День за днем будет та же картина, где на маленькой кухне ты кормишь кота, ненадолго бывая счастливым. День за днем, вторник, пятница, среда. Мое завтра и сегодня так похоже на вчера, где снова день за днем, вторник, пятница, среда. Мое завтра и сегодня это копия вчера, где все так же бегут за годами года. День за днем будет та же картина, где на маленькой кухне ты кормишь кота, ненадолго бывая счастливым.
Hello, hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we all doing today? My name is Notepad Anon, and I usually write games for fun, but today we're going to be DUWANGing. Yes, we're going to be DUWANGing Spell of the Black Magician, a Russian tabletop role-playing game about being people doing things and warriors getting cucked by wizards, because that's just the default state of being for Russian role-playing. So, yes, hello. Originally, this wasn't the plan, but I realized I didn't actually email the next commissioner. You may be wondering, what do I mean that I didn't email the next commissioner? I literally filled out the email and then saved it as a draft instead of actually sending it. Why? I don't know. I think I'm just stupid. But yes, hello. Also, I would like to thank Cap Kami. Thank Cap Kami for following. Yeah. Yes, I literally, I was like, man, he hasn't gotten back to me at all. Let me check something, make sure. And I realized I hadn't sent it, and it was that horrifying realization. I was like, ah, fuck. Uh-oh. So I solved that crisis. Crisis averted, president saved. Have no fear, everybody. We are, as they say, so back. Maybe we didn't even begin. Who knows? Who knows anymore? But yes, hello. We're going to be doing more translation work. So last time we ended up doing all of the spells. Yes, we have every single spell, including chaos needs done. I don't. My chaos didn't get done. Yeah, it completely destroys the castle and all creatures up to 8th level. Has no effect on other creatures. Yeah, there's quite a few different spells. Summon demons, summoning Ghost Dragon, using the Sword of Darkness, being able to time stop temporarily. Yeah, there's quite a few different variables to work with here. You may be thinking, man, my D&D 5th edition homebrew has the best spells. It doesn't. Your spells are lame and not as cool. So today we're going to be doing the Book of Life. Probably in the first set of monsters. At least a few, at least setting up monsters, because monsters are going to be a little bit complicated in a few different ways. Generally speaking, I'm feeling pretty good about this. We're only going to be doing one. We're going to be doing the Golden City. As you kind of see here, this is the Golden City itself. I'm going to actually put a big note for myself here. Yes, we're going to do one adventure. One singular adventure. For the very simple reason of there's a lot of adventures and I don't want to translate them all. I feel getting the game done is important enough, and if someone really wants to do it, well, more power to them. That's my philosophy. But yes, we're going to have to do, as you see here, there's quite a few of these. There's actually 37 different rooms in this singular location, with 41 different encounters. Yes, there's 41 encounters in just the Golden City adventure. Put the Golden City down here. I'm going to put a footnote for, I need to put a footnote for myself. We're going to put a footnote here. We're going to scroll all the way up. Scroll all the way up. Go back to high school. Yep, so we go all the way back down. Side note about on the book of life. The book of life is a very large collection of adventures focused on the quote castles of the setting of Spell of the Black Magician. Here I will translate the first of these. I'll translate the first of these, but the others will remain untranslated for the sake of convenience, for my sanity more anything. That is literally the reason I want to do it. We're just doing it because I'm going to lose my goddamn mind doing all of these. Because to give you an idea, there is 89 pages of adventures, and I do know for a fact they are all fucking bonkers. Just various shades of insane in the metaphorical membrane. Okay, so this is Golden City. We're going to do how do I want to do this? We can probably do a table. We can do a table as the way they have it formatted. I think we need to do it as a table, the way they have it formatted. So we're going to do the Russian first. We're going to do the Russian first because that's probably going to be the easiest way to do things. Rapid set line. Nope, we want to... No, that's also the wrong way. Wrap it right side of the window. Yeah, this one isn't going to be very complicated. There's just going to be a lot of it. And that's half the fun, right? Just a lot. It also makes the most painful font to look at. My eyes bleed. What do you mean? The font is flawless. Just to give you the idea of what I'm actually doing, this is effectively the what I just need to do is I need to do this, because if I don't do this, everything will break. So decided to do it this way. Thank you for following, Guys Crow. Oh, yeah, this is not my usual set of content, but hey, who needs good content when you have quality friends, right? Let's see. Some of these I'm lucky enough that I can just do this with. Because the reason I'm doing it this particular way is I want to get all the Russian in. So A, it's easier just to transfer over when I do that. It's also a lot easier for me in the long run, and for me to say to people, hey, this is what this actually is saying. If I did something wrong, you can actually double check the wording. And luckily, since I have my crew of Russian gopniks, who needs anything more? Because truly, we are Gopnik Gaming. Howdy do. Fun doing, yeah, the part of the presenter gameplay is destroying your vision of what is a unreadable gothic mess. Hey, don't make fun of the Spell of the Black Magician. It's a flawless product. Having fun? Yes, of course we're having fun. Sweet liqueur. But generally, God. Yes, we're going to do this, and we're going to start on the monsters. Monsters are just going to be along. I do have this Sunday open, though, so we will sit down and do all the monsters this Sunday. I don't care what happens. We're going to sit down. We're going to do all the monsters that we don't finish today. Hey, Notepad, I've been meaning to ask what attracts you to Vidya. Is it gameplay or visuals or what? Generally speaking, I have grown very wary of visuals in any game. Games can look really good and play like shit. If the gameplay is good, if I see it, I'm like, that looks like fun. If a game looks fun to me, I'm going to be more inclined to like pick it up or say like, oh, that seems interesting. That was like my thing with like Bastard Bonds, for example. I love Bastard Bonds. I think it's a really great game. It's a lot of fun, actually. And I saw some gameplay of it on Seth's stream, actually. It's good old Seth, the main merchant himself. And I was like, oh, that seems kind of interesting. At first, I was like, haha, funny meme game, gay men do gay men things. But then I started playing it, I'm like, oh, this is actually just entertaining, and I am having fun playing this game because there's a lot to it. Indirectly, there's a lot to it. I'm like, oh, this is pleasant. I would say most likely, like, probably, I will admit some games catch my eye because of the way they look, but that's arguably one of the points of graphics, is to be like, hey, catch your eye. But a good gameplay trailer will always win me over a lot faster than like a really nice looking tech demo or whatever. It's like, wow, this game looks amazing. How does it play? You don't, it plays like shit? Cool. Not gonna avoid that like the plague. Because that's currently what's going on with City Skylines 2, actually, which I find to be kind of funny. Good old City Skylines 2 is having a hell of a time. which I have no clue why they thought that was going to go over well, but then they're like, we're going to render every single person's teeth because, I don't know, they're silly. They're silly billies, and they do silly billy things. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Yeah, I think there's always a desire to be like, well, I want to get the more powerful option. I want to have, more fun with a character, or, I'm playing a wizard and they don't feel very powerful, or hey, it's really boring. And we're like, yeah, I could see that, especially if the translation is a bit borked. Then yeah. Have you seen the shitstorm of CA and Total War Plus? Whoo! The CA thing is, the Creative Assembly debacle is such a magnificent shit show that I don't think anyone's going to come out of it unscathed, if that makes sense. I don't think CA is going to have a fun time. And if one guy I was watching, some news guy I was watching, if he's to be believed, Sega might lay off like 40% of the company, which to me that's saying like they want to kill Creative Assembly because Creative Assembly isn't making money. But he put out some good points. It's like, yeah, well, of course they're not making money. All these other games that they've put out have not done very well, relatively speaking. And so it's like, oh well, if you put it that way, then suddenly, like, yeah, it makes sense why investors are probably a little fed up with, like, hey, Sega, can you please, make this company make money all of a sudden, because it's not. They say money is the root of all evil. I say money is the root of all good and bad decisions. Grand and terrible, intoxicating innocence. Grand and intoxicating. This kind of fuck up pushing people make games like that, even if it isn't as visually impressive. I would take a much deeper, more dynamic RTS game, kind of stylize these graphics. Yeah, I mean, people have been making moves in that direction. I know there's a Chinese company that made something similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some games come out that are vaguely Total War-esque. I can guarantee you they're all going to have the thing with them. And what I mean the thing, they're going to have the gimmick that's going to make or break them. I know a lot of people have been really excited for what's it called? Manor Lords? Is that the new hotness? Everyone's like, oh, Manor Lords, Manor Lords, Manor Lords, Manor Lords. Kind of curious how that one's going to turn out. I don't have like, again, I'm very much a cynic when it comes to games, because it's very easy to present really nice tech demos, but we've seen a lot of really nice looking games over the past few. This year has been rough for games. I'm going to say that. Just like games in general. We've had a lot of just fuck-ups, a lot of just bad games in general. And I think we're going to see hopefully, people kind of say like, hey, this is a return to form, but who knows? Yeah, I think that's going to be the main issue with Bannerlords currently is that it has generated such a massive hype train around it that if it doesn't do like perfectly, like if it is not the greatest thing since sliced bread, people are going to tear it apart. And that was like the thing I've been watching with a couple of these Total War guys being like, Creative Assembly's on fire, it's terrible, everything is going away with it. And it's like, yeah, probably it is, but if you keep saying things like this, if you keep trying, if you keep feeding the beast here a little bit, yeah, people are going to say, oh, it's over. and you're going to have people in various company. You're going to have company people. You're going to have a lot independent forces being like, okay, it's a dead company. Why don't we sell it off to another company or something like that? As someone floated in the server earlier, 10-cent total war. I could see it. Imagine. Though I think if what the rumors are true and they want to do a big purge on specifically Creative Assembly and things like that, my guess is going to be they're going to lay off a bunch of staff and they're going to pretty much retrofit the entirety of Creative Assembly into a different beast. It will not be, you know, it's pretty much like this is not going to be the same Creative Assembly as it was a decade ago, you know, at the, you know, 20 years ago or whatever. It's going to be a completely different entity with very different goals in mind, with a big Sega logo strapped to it, and you're going to like it. You're going to buy any game they come out with, because of course you are. And everyone's going to be very happy. Okay, so now ooh. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, and they killed the Three Kingdoms. You know, killed Three Kingdoms for a sequel that they shit canned. Man, it's just so stupid. Yeah, it's the thing. There was like that was a very tactical decision. Because they had something really good that was going to make a lot of money, but then they fumbled the bag. And they tried to repair it, but then they didn't, because they just fumbled it, and they couldn't do anything with it anymore. And I think there was a... Let's go to buy a sullen zombie, Rochelle. I think there is... It ain't pretty. What? Nope, don't fight me, tables. Tables, please, tables. Narrow spare side leads you to the guardhouse on top of the tower. You find yourself in a spacious room with a wooden ceiling. There are now 6 narrow loopholes cut into the wall, each of which has a guard. The plane near the wall. The walls of the city and talk excited. Hearing your footsteps, guards turn around and interrupting each other, asking for help, saying the castle will be stormed now. From below, there is really a ringing of metal and shouts. The assault apparently is already in full swing. If you decide to help the guards, roll the dice. Draconians put 4 ladders and 2 Draconians climb in. The Draconians put 3 ladders. Draconians look 10. If the ladder is not thrown back, then the Draconians who climb it squeeze through the loophole and attack. If you come to the fight victorious, read from the city and gather one big squad. 2 guards come to help you, slap your shoulders, and each give you a bottle. Draconians. Two. What's 2? Yeah, it looks like it's quite literally like 34. Where's 34? Oh, of course. How can I... How foolish of me. We're looking at the top of 34, which is 2. And one is obviously here in the corner? What? Why? Or there will be 20 new indie studios will spawn 20 underwhelming games from creators of labels. I think the problem with indie games, they forget the scope they can make with the scope what they could make. Yeah, especially when you get games like Manor Lords. I'm going to use Manor Lords as an example. Manor Lords is such a huge project, huge undertaking. It's like, oh, it's this huge big thing. It's going to be the next big game and all the, like, there's probably a lot of money there that suddenly people are... Yeah, it's something is going to get a little bit wonky there, and people are going to put out a couple mediocre games, but I would rather have a few mediocre games and a good one than the current state of affairs right now. Fine. And the Noble Knight sits down to you, orders a beer for himself, and offers to enter his service. And for you, and... you. You work for another person. Yep, you enter his service. There we go. Mercy does not speak. He looks at you suddenly, waiting for you to buy something and leave. Yep, this is Russian game, all right. Let's see. In the middle of a small room, a dilapidated wooden ladder leads to a trapdoor in the ceiling. 2 giants stand at the foot of the ladder, raising their weighty clubs menacingly as you approach. 5. Where's 5 in this area? Oh, why, of course, 5 is here, next to the tavern at 4. Obviously, don't you know? I feel like I am going insane reading this already. Everything's out of order. Love it. Stand in the middle of the cramped crypt. Yellowish light visible through the gaps. A black elf is leaning over the chest. You can find 236 after the fight with the black elf. Look at the guardhouse. On the table, empty wine jugs. Some smell very cheap and very trashy. 2 staggering guards are standing next to the table, aiming for their bows at severed heads of one-eyed orc. They shoot both and miss. If you curse foully about it, they offer to shoot. Guardhouse or empty wine jug to the staggering guard. One-eyed orc impaled on a hook on the wall. Ooh, had a sneeze there. Dirty swearing about it. They offer to shoot. They offer to shoot for you to shoot as well. Hit if you get Most guards turn to stone in a cramped room. A merry man is sitting in the corner. Walking down the corridor, level 4 spell. He enjoys greets you and gives you a magic roll. Okay. Walking down the corridor, looking one of the inches in the wall, you notice the chest, sword hangs over him. Sword snaps out of its place and attacks. Good marriage between family manager, Crusader Kings, combat, total order, be combined modding opportunity. Yeah, it's like the thing there is that they usually go like very, very hard down one angle. That's usually the issue in that regard. Let's see. Merlin stands in the middle of the corridor. Hello, Merlin. You enter the bright light of the room. In the middle of the room is a jug. The walls are painted in fanciful oriental writing. Suddenly, the room plunges in total darkness. In the darkness, there's rolling laughter. An Ifrit is attacking you. You have climbed down the room. At the top of the tower, there are 4 narrow loopholes guarding through the wall. Guards standing in the loopholes, each with a large bow in hand. Suddenly, one of the guards falls, screaming to the tower, pierced by a throat by an arrow. There's a large bow and 6 arrows with poison. The guards are screaming hysterically, Draconians, Draconians. One of them turns around and sees you. Help us. They have stormed again. Meanwhile, the Draconians are setting up ladders. Draconians climbing in to throw back the ladder. Luck 10. Time to shoot. You kill everyone. You hear the stomping of boots and stairs. The guttural cries many are about to break into the tower. Hurry, run upstairs. So yeah, 13. This is 13. It brings you to 35, most likely. Yeah, 1335. Like, there's just like an attack of dragons in the Golden City. Like, you open up, you're like, hello, it's dragon time. It's dragon in time, says the dragon man. In the middle of an empty room on the dusty floor, there's a bottle of dark glass. There is a dark glass bottle. Heart-rending scream. A moment later, 3 angry orcs attack you. You have entered the vault of the church. Lights of 100 candles reflect a large stained glass window. Solemn chant is heard. There are prayer services that repose the souls of warriors who fell in battle against with the dragons. It would be Draconians. In the center is begging bowl and holy water. Each warrior approaches, puts money into the bowl, and washes his face. You have entered a small room, in the middle of which is a small casket. Above to make a naked man. As soon as you cross the threshold, the statue of the casket belongs to a black magician and threatens you with immediate reprisals. In the casket is the root of Ent. You enter a tavern crowded with people. A fat, bearded dwarf stands behind the counter. He offers you a delicious, hearty lunch for 2 coins. And you get 1 life out of it. Plus 1 life. Littered with leftovers and covered in puddles of wine. At the table, a muzzle buried in deep hole, sits a gnoll drunk in a board. You can hear him muttering and gurgling, flies swarming over his head. There are 6 coins scattered on the table and leftovers in wine puddles. A mouth appears on the wall in the corner, walking along. He smiles and disappears in the thin air. Cool. Chest with a lid open. At the bottom, there is a small gathering of gold coins. He's like, here's some money. Ta-da. Yes, it's like, here's money. The proverb drunken in a plank, it means unconscious from drinking. Oh, it is a proverb, drunken plank. Russian proverb for absolutely smash to hell and back. Just completely like, oh, what's your no like drunk? Look at the tavern on the table. It's puddle spilled wine. There are several dwarves drunk to death. Let's see. You drunk dwarf lying under the panel on pools of spilled wine. Several guards throwing darts at the target. One of them approaches you and suggests that you take part of the contest with him. Roll a 5, 1 point. Roll an 8, roll 12, 16. Go 5 times. Some points added up. Whoever has more wins. If you win, the guard gives you 6 coins. If you lose, he gives 10 darts as a souvenir. Time to farm darts, everyone. Oop. You enter the high vaulted ceilings of the throne room. The wall hang huge fade tapestries depicting bloody battles and sieges of the fortress. Golden throne sits the king. The throne is guarded by 50 guards. When the king asks you, what are such great heroes doing in our miserable little town? He invites you at a table set far on the hall. You sit down at a table and suddenly see one of the guards slipping something into the king's wine. Having drunk the cup, falls down dead. There is general confusion and scramble. Suddenly shouts, "The Draconians have broken into the Draconids." "I've broken into the city. Save yourselves wherever you can." The Draconoid army bursts into the city, killing everyone along the way. When he shouts at you, "What are you waiting for? Run quickly." Seeing that he was exposed, throws off his cloak, and you see that is a Draconid. Lunges at the king with a dagger. Gives you two-handed sword as encryption from the king of the Golden City. Is also one of hundreds of proverbs about states of drunkenness. Honestly, I am completely unsurprised about that. But I like it. I like how this is. What are you doing here? Why are you in this miserable town? He sits you down. You see a guard clearly like sip poison in there. Be like, "It's the Draconids. Everyone's dead." Man, this adventure, like, middle of the room, eating bloody pieces of it, like this town's fucking intense, man. You wish your adventures were this, like, just fucking beat it. You enter in, oh, the king is getting assassinated right now. Oh, you walk into a random building, ogres. You walk into a tower, Draconid assault. Fend it off now. You walk into the tavern, there's like 8 different taverns in this area. Everyone is shit-faced. Everyone is completely fucking shit-faced. And then you throw darts with people. Man, you hit the ground running in this game. And the ground running is full of nightmares. Throw the key on a slot and pull when thrown or not. Whether you throw or not, it wouldn't last. I want to believe that this is like, whether or not you do it doesn't really matter. You can still just pull the slot. Loud places of the daggers for sale. Daggers, you say? You walk into the cramped room and see a wizard standing his back to you. He has bent over 3 chests. He tells you, choose your favorite chest. Only money is in one chest, bottles are in another, empty things are in the third. He then gives them one of the chests and disappears. Bottles 2 and 5. Money 65 coins. Literally just an asshole wizard's like, choose a chest. You get things out of it. You're like, what? Huh? You walk in. Hi, wizard. What's going on in here? Choose a chest, asshole. Like, oh. Do I get anything out of it? Yeah, money. Like, oh, okay. Sorry, you chose the wrong chest. 9, a knoll. A wide suit blacks down. Full gallery throws spear at you. If it hits... Death Knight emerges from the dark niche of the corner. He slowly swings a sharp honed sword and attacks. This is like the first adventure, mind you. This is the first thing you do. You roll up. It's like, hey everyone, like, hey team, let's go to the Golden City, because that's a really nice place to go. You take like 5 steps. You take like 5 steps in, you turn a corner, the city is under assault currently. Damn. You walk into a room, a wizard's like, here, take some money, or don't, ha ha ha, disappears. You round a corner, you say, ah man, what a beautiful day. Guess what? Death Knight. Enchanted country is terrifying. I don't want to visit any city. Everything is terrible. And mind you, I expect you to be level 1 to do this. Like, broken iron door, 2 orcs and 3 berserkers are fighting. When they see you, they put down their swords for a while and ask you to help them. You get 4, and the berserkers, you get 10 coins. There's a bunch of people fighting. Who do you help? Well, you obviously have to help the orcs. We'll cover them as they can only be opened with a magic lockpicks, and the chest is an artifact. Order in the hours beyond the spacious hall begin. The video installs its black dragon. Release the thick. You cannot enter the hall without a fight. There's a fucking dragon in this. There's a fucking dragon. 32. Like, 32, right? No, 33. Yeah, 33. You have entered into this area. You find yourself right, where's 33? 39, 33, literally to go see the king. You're like, oh man, I want to visit the king. You walk in, you're like, oh, what a beautiful thing. You take a step forward, a fucking black dragon is there. And he's like, sup, and you just get burnt to a crisp. The Golden City sucks. And mind you, you go meet the king. You have fought a black dragon. You fought his pet black dragon. You walk in, he's like, sup, welcome to my shithole of a town. Drink. Like, what? Black elves and black dragon honestly survives no protection from black spell. No, that'd be too easy if there's a protection from black spells. Walk down the corridor, you hear the sound of hammering. Come below, the guard hammering a charred wooden door with thick boards. Burn a smell. The Draconoids set fire to the tower, the guard shouts. Down the stairs back. 5 Draconoids. Bloody pierced armor, all with 1 life each. Draconoids are just the worst thing imaginable. We're just endless Draconoid hours. Next to him, a griffin lies on the stone. What's wrong? Whenever you answer, he suggests that you sit on the griffin. If you follow the griffin, flapping its mighty wings, it flies to the ceiling of the gallery, fills out spacious window, and flies to the center of the city. What do? Get on this griffin. Yeah! Fucking Falcor your way out of there. This is like the first city. I love this. Yulia came here on its own. If you kill it, it turns human. He thanks you, saying that the black magician, we should say, magician, turned him to stone and was forced him to serve him. Says he would help you out, but his wife and children are waiting for him at home. Gives you 5. Griffin sits at the entrance of a large one. Like, go. Chest in the room looks like a crib, visually guided by an iron man. There are 65 coins in the chest. Cramped cell. The mage is chained to the wall with rusty chain. Judging by the fact he looks like a skeleton covered in flabby skin, he has been in prison for a long time. Immediately disappears, and chest appears in the glow, containing 6. Now, mind you, you may be wondering, like, what's 6 in all these things? Those are all, like, abilities and things. It's suddenly coming across Noel trying to set fire to a dilapidated wooden house. This place fucking sucks. Town Square is packed with a crowd. You squeeze through the hustle and bustle. You see gallows with 4 guards standing in it. Abused dwarf hours. A beard appears to be torn out, leaving only sparse liquid wisps. Hang him, yes, what they want from him. Yeah, the dwarf stole the treasury. Lies, Knowles did it. Points to a Knowles standing in the front row. Knowles says, hang his deceiver quickly. Replies to him, my brethren will avenge me. You will not get away alive. Seeing you, the dwarf eyes gleam with joy, but then he lowers his head and walks suddenly toward the gallows. If you help him, he goes with you. Well, judging by quite literally the previous encounter, again, we're walking down the street. We enter the courtyard. There is a hanging. If you come in from 36, mind you, you have just fought a death knight. If you enter the city and look left, you are seeing a gnoll setting fire to a house. If you say, we just fought off the Draconoid invasion, you're like, maybe this isn't something we should be worrying about, team. Ever thought about that? Ever thought about not worrying about the dwarf who supposedly stole the treasury when we have, like, an invasion of the fucking Draconoids coming? Ever thought about that, team? No? Okay. All right. Part of me wants to do, I wonder, let's do some... In theory, this should be the final one, right? Like, this should be the final adventure. What's this? This is the North Fort. Don't believe it's the North Fort. Is this the resting place? That doesn't sound very... Look how many encounters there are in the resting place. Good God. Okay, what are you? You gotta be something useful, right? Road. Okay, road encounters. We're gonna do a handful of road encounters just to see what's going on. Someone's pinging me. Who's pinging me? Wait 1 second. All right, let's go. The time to do, we're going to do some road encounters. I don't think we're going to do all the road encounters. We're just going to do a handful of them. Because there are a lot of road encounters. If I can click on the right thing. Why can't I click on the right thing? I'm losing my mind. I need help. How many road encounters are there? There are a total of... Oh god, I thought it was 100. No, there are 145 road encounters. So, since there are 145 road encounters, I think it's only appropriate that we roll randomly on the dice to determine what road encounters we do. Of the 145 road encounters, there are many of the. There are many road encounters. This is a curated selection. This is a curated selection of 10 of them. Them randomly chosen. So we are going to roll. Let's see. We're gonna go to my Discord. I'm gonna go to my Discord here. We're gonna open up this. Let's see if I'm allowed to do this. This is very important. I want to go to Dice CBT sessions. I want to do /roll 1D 145. Actually, we're gonna do 10D 145 and see what pops up. So our ones we're gonna be doing is 101, 10, 89, 141, 47, 5, 35, 56, 2, and 122. These are going to be our exclusive list of things. I'm ready to go. Let's hit this. It's interesting it doesn't know how to sort these. So we're going to 2, 5, 10, 35, 47, 56, 89, 101, 122, 141. Yep, just a collection of random ones. Doesn't matter what we're doing, and all that matters is that they exist and we're putting them in. So, number 2 seems to be one of the longest, most complicated ones available. Cool. Let's why did I close Sakura every time I do that? Every time I wake, every day I wake up. Metal Gear. Bet you Ocelot's behind this. Ocelot. Revolver. Revolver Ocelot, what are you doing? No, not like this. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, these are just completely random. So they might not even make any sense, but if they don't, doesn't need to make any sense. It just needs to exist because I find that funny. Watch these be the absolute best adventures physically possible because I am very lucky and I am very funny. Let's see, 4, 7. 56. Lele. Teke teke. Good old fashioned teke teke. I'm not speaking a lot just because there's really nothing really to say. Like that's the funny part about this entire thing. Like sometimes there just is legitimately nothing to talk about. Oh. I have been sneezing a lot though. Jeez. Ooh. Sneezy day. 145 is hilarious. I might put that one. Hey, Duwang Day, eh? Yes. By the way, next game you're going to do is not of Duwang, is a comm or a personal project. The next game is going to be a commission if things go according to plan. If things don't go according to plan and people aren't contacting me, I sent the email to the next person, Mr. Barnes. Sent that to the next I sent that to him. If he gets back to me, great. I kind of fucked up and didn't send it to him right away, but if that doesn't pan out, I will contact the other person, the other commissioner to see how that's going. If great, if it does, if not, what I will end up doing is saying nope, and we will just immediately transfer into Neurobeat, and that'll be that. Okay, so but currently on the list, the games are Sodomy Elf is one of them, not the next one. Oh boy, someone rolled 10D 145. Yes, I did roll 10D 145 for the 145 different random road encounter. You've come to a vast plain, bathed in the light of the setting sun, as you see how many army of people is fighting with orcs. The air is filled with the ringing of swords and the screams of the dying. If you have any companions with you, he rushes into the battle and dies. The orcs are led by Nazgul. By a night, the orcs are gradually winning. One of the orcs asks you to help them. The generous reward for your help. If you help people, you fight with the Nazgul. You kill, shouts the herd. Nazgul is dead. Two orcs rush at you. You kill the orcs. You see the battle is won. The knight thanks you and gives you a horse and 6. If you win, you see the battle has been won by the orcs. Nazgul gives you 2, 1. You drink. He laughs, tells you to get out. If you don't drink, someone shouts and 4 orcs attack you. Now this is real role playing. Yes, they do have the Nazgul, by the way. 3 robber armed with rusty swords surround you. If you kill 2, the last one says you're already dead and whistles. Another robber comes running to the whistle. If you kill 2 homeless people, a 4th homeless person emerges. Has been conferred. A giant raven drops a net with 6 berserkers on you. What? Your worst fears have been confirmed. A giant raven drops 6 berserkers on you. A dead man lying on the road with terrible wounds, looking by 2-handed sword. On his side, a silver dagger. If you want it, grabs you. The zombie attacks. There's a huge stone bowl next to the road. You remove the skull lie nearby the road and put 30 coins in the bowl and drink. You put the money, coins, and spear in the water. And you drink. -1 life. You could pay to lose a life. The edge clear sends a wizard with a gray cloak. He shouts somewhere in the direction of the forest. Eef, eef. Ask him, listen, help me. Shout with the other side of the clearing. If you go, you fall into a hole. -1 right. There's a minute silent shout of sort of lee loo lee day. Two Amazons torture a knight tied to a tree. The knight, grinding his teeth for the whole forest, suffers unheard of torment. Help you kill the Amazons. He gives you for freedom. You decide to end the knight's torment with a throwing weapon or bow. The Amazons attack you. If you decide to help him, he gives you it gives you a gift for a gift. Surrounded by 40 bandits. Who are you? You reply, turning his one-eye bandit. One eye, count him 10 coins. After giving him 10 coins, the bandits disappear into a forest thicket. Right up the side of the road. There's no sprites in it, but there is there's no sprites in it, but there is honey. You climb a gentle icy slope, and icy, bone-chilling wind blows. Came flakes of wet snow. Suddenly, a figure of a gray-bearded old man with a battle axe in his muscular hands appeared right in front of you. Drops of light following the sharpened point onto the snow. The elder looks at you reproachfully and disappears in the thin air. You realize that you've just seen Crom himself. Entered an inn. The inn is filled with crowd of orcs 24, noisily celebrating burning of the nearest village. Just walking. Hello. It's how are we all doing today? Uh-oh. Let's see, 37 and 84. I guess we can do one more. Let's do 84 because 84 is one nice page. Can't be that bad, right? There's a tail hanging from a tree. If you pull a saber-toothed tiger. A saber-toothed tiger, you say? Oh my god, we found Manly. Like, you got, like, this is just one of those moments to be like, yeah, just throw fucking nonsense at them. It doesn't matter. It's great. It is absolutely perfect. You don't need any sense of right or wrong when we don't need anything like remotely consistent when we're this far into the magical realm, everyone. Okay, now things start getting a little bit hectic. But we've done some brave adventures. We've learned about adventuring. You may not like it, but this is what peak adventuring is all about. So, next we get to do this one. Welcome to the bestiary. Bestiary is going to require something a little bit unique, so we're going to open this. We're going to go to the DUWANG folder. Spell of the Black Magician. We're gonna not a Google Slides presentation. We never need Google Slides presentations. So, how are we going to do this? This is a very important question of how we are going to successfully, because at the end of the day, we are going to have a name, just see what and OQ, and then we do like notes. These are the things we must know. So if we're just doing this, well, let's just do this. It's 4 1 1 2 3 4 4 15 11 14 40 14 40. We go to notes. Effectively, this is what every single one is going to look like. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, this is the painful part right here. Unless we do... Unless we do something like this. Because if we do something like... He's forced to badly co-host. There we go. Hello, Commissioner Manley. He is here. He has arrived. Here to tell us about the Amazonian women of the spell. Oh, welcome back. I upped the sound. And purposely added the like botched Russian reading of it. He was the greatest man, and you just shot him in the fucking face. Mara does not like being the other Russian, so anytime Manly pops up, he burns it just to immediately gut him down. Just immediately. The fastest hand in the West. God, alright. I'm trying to think of like the best way of doing this, because there really isn't. Because there's like the really like just blunt way of doing it. Because if we want to do like arguably the easiest way, all we need to do is 1 1 2 2 3 3 10, it'd be 10 12 10 10, and then we would just need to quite literally copy and paste the notes. Like, but the notes are like this. The fucking notes are huge. That's the easy way of doing things, and it's like, ooh, how do we do this? How do we do this right? I guess we do it I guess we just brute force it. I guess that's what we have to do. $17, 250. The Draconians look so lame. And the thing is, like, sometimes these are like relevant notes, other times they are very clearly not. Now, mind you, there are 100 actual, instances of this. So get ready for, oh god, some of them have mana, don't they? Okay, so what we have to do is we have to do this, and then we have to add the mana category. Which these guys don't have mana, so they would just get an NA in there. Okay, so it would be 18, 12, 50, 100, 20. So what we would need to do, you over here, you over, yeah. All right. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 8. 8. 15, 10, 15, 10. The bazakas, as one can tell, bazakas, boyzerkers have mana. Fastest hand of the west, only 10 have mana. He is Iago to Manly's Othello. What do you mean only 10 have mana? No, mana 100. Yeah, there we go. Mana 100. Okyo. If I go down here, you don't have mana. Yeah, so he would have an A mana. The vampire. Vampires! 11, 13, NA, 10. The fucking Babadook at this point. Let's keep going. I have to pay a lot of attention to make sure that everything is relatively correct. 17, 16, 40, NA, 100. I'm going to make a wild guess and say this is a basilisk because I have intelligence. Badama. 4. Okay, she's got mana though. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 14, 9. 14. No, 18. Why did they mix up it again? Oh god. 14, 40. And 8 miles of text in her background. You don't have any mana. 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 10, NA, 60. I said 60. Look, everyone, it's an elf. Hello! Where you are, like, irrelevant to this, so I'm going to actually fill you in entirely and just say, NA. You don't need to worry about... Don't you worry your little head up, my favorite character in the entire game. 1, 2, 3, 5, 14, 10, 16, NA, 30. Go, let's just... Ugh. Giant fucking rat. Let's go, boys. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I mean, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 would be the accurate way of writing that. 8. 7, 8, 7, NA 10. The Nosferatu. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 7, 8, 6, blank 10. Let me guess, it caused like penis. It causes the penis fall off spell where your penis explodes or something. Something atrocious, because that's what always happens with these goddamn monsters. It's like, yes, congratulations, welcome to the penis explosion spell, where guess what? Your penis explodes. And you don't get to have fun. Then he gets sent to the gulag. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 9, 10, 6, blank, 10. Oh, that's just a giant raven. That is a person. That is a person there. Big raven. The game is very diverse. Only 10. A game with very diverse bestiary. Angry bearded guy with staff. Angry bearded guy in swamp. I mean, if you really think about it, Draco, how would you describe a vast majority of the Russian people? I think an angry bearded person is fairly accurate to the equation. So I guess it's play to what you know. And if you know it's gonna be sad. Oh God, what the fuck are you? What the fuck are you? What in the hell? What the hell? That's a Hydra. That is such a weird looking Hydra. I've never seen a goddamn Hydra look like that before. Wow, that's horrible. I hate it so goddamn much. I hope it dies. Like, it's like a tree hydra. It's like a weird like tree hydra. I think it's a flying eyeball. I think that's literally what this thing is called. It's just going to be a flying eyeball, isn't it? 17. It hit 7 blank 200. Noel. Hello, it's me, the Noel. It's Nolan time! You may not like it, but it's time to Noel. I do appreciate you can kill gnomes in this game. It's very important that we can absolutely enact total gnome death. TGD, as one might say, total gnome death. I both hate and love gnomes. I think they're one of those fantasy races with just absolutely 0 point to them, and they need like have something unique with them to make them interesting, but there never is anything unique with them because God hates them. I keep seeing the numbers look really low on all of these, but then I realize you have like 12 health, and I'm like, oh, you get mauled to death immediately by a griffin. I understand. 12. I'm not responding. I'm actually I do know you might be typing, but I can't hear you. Or more accurately, I can't see you. Crum. You, my mother. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 9, 10, 7, 8, 10. One of the very few characters that can use spells is this fucking Star Wars looking motherfucker. Do the whole total gnome death pasta pack. No total gnome death. No. Hydra tree, like, it's the Raven that drops 6 berserkers on you. Let's see. Total gnome death. And you should. No, we're not. I have to appeal to Jeff Bezos already. See, I have to appeal to it because I have to say it, and we're an hour 20 minutes in, and I need to I need to very clearly clarify to everyone involved that this is J Dragon, new story that is very popular, and since J Dragon is a person of extreme importance to the tabletop role-playing game community, and I can confirm that he has written this down. Digital Faggot Suicide Heaven. I need to read that this weekend. I'm ready to do it. It's going to be pain. So do you consider So you consider Jeff Bezos to be a gnome? Yes. I do believe Jeff Bezos is in fact a gnome. I don't trust him. Jeff Bezos is most likely the man who is behind most gnome sightings. You really are telling me that he delivers that many packages in that short amount of time? I don't believe it. Every gnome sighting is Jeff Bezos by himself. He's a very accomplished individual. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 14, 12, 25 blank, 60. Draconoid! What the fuck are you? I like the way you look. Hello? What are you? Draconoid! They are literally Satan-worshipping dragon people. Alright, bawling. We are bawling and we cannot get up. 9 blank 10. Draconoids! Draconoids just sound like the greatest cartoon we never got. It was just like, oh, well, what's your favorite, cartoon growing up? Draconoids! Like, Draconoids does sound pretty baller, not gonna lie. Is that I'm assuming that's a ghost. Ghosts, like most casters in life, they don't deserve rights. Fucking ghosts. Finally, my chance to kill a unicorn. Watch it as it violates a vast majority of my international human rights. It's a human right abuse if I do it against a fucking unicorn. 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 11, 12, blank, 10. The ooze men. We're making pretty decent time, all things considering. We're about halfway done. Let's see. It's about, yeah. Okay, you know, we can do this. We can do this. I believe. Do you believe in magic? 30. Everything will use the USSRD. Of course, that's just kind of the nature of the beast. 12, 5, 10, 25, 30, 17. Hit! 150. Even dragons don't have magic. No one has mana. Money. Money snake. 2, 3, 4, 6, 15, 12, 22, blank, 20. Bamboo. Hello, my name is Bamboo. I believe. Are Draconoids capitalists? They look like spellcasters. Oh. Zombie. So this one is a, looking at this one in exact, this is a classic zombie. Yep, this is a classic zombie. They do not rout. They feel no fear. They feel no misery. They're ready to eat your face and laugh at you while doing it. 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 16, 14, 14, 0, 30. It's gonna be like a genie or something, just to throw me for a loop. It's like, hey everyone, here's my genie. When was the last time you fought a genie in a role-playing game? Never. You never fight genies in a role-playing game. Unless it's the specifically like the Arabian Nights campaign. Just throw a genie into a campaign once. Absolutely no explanation, just genie time. And when your players are done singing most of the songs from Aladdin, you just hit them with that dollar store death ray. Let me guess, are you a bard? Can I kill musicians again in this game? Roundhouse kick a musician. Centaurs. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. 12, 12, blank, 12. No, 12, blank. 20. Centaur. What do you believe? You believe you're a centaur? Kobolds. Kobolds look like they got their shit together. They also look like Tartars. Is that on purpose? Who knows? Man, I stand with the Tartari people. I stand Tartaria. 9, 1, 4, 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 16, 20. This thing has a 1 in 6 chance of doing 1 damage and fucking 20 damage. Jesus. 18, 110. Ah, yes, this is the King Nazgul, if I recall correctly. You know, the King of the Nazgul. They're not Nazgul, guys. They just are totally the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. What the fuck are you? I have to learn what you are. Kraken. That's a fucking Kraken. Oh, all Midge are priests of evil god according to the description. Good. Yeah, that's a Kraken. You may be wondering, being like, man, Krakens are really scary. Have you ever considered a flying Kraken? Ever considered a flying squid coming at you at Mach 10? The most horrifying the most horrifying movie of the year. They got wings. I'm just gonna post this on a random server being like, ta-da. Need to throw someone off. Let's go to the porn servers. All those who are smaller than me are evil. This is known. Like, it doesn't even hit for, like, that much damage, relatively speaking. It's just, you know, a giant flying squid. A literal giant flying squid. $16, it does not flee. 100 has no mana, doesn't do that. Say hello to Crom. It's Crom. Crom in time. Hello. Wow, look everyone, it's Frankenstein. It's not Frankenstein, but I find it funny to call every instance of Dagon now just fucking goddamn. It's Frankenstein again. Why are you here? It's Frankenstein. Stone men. 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 10, 10, 15, blank, 20. I thought he was sitting down, not just this naked little man. It's the fucking Lorax. Those are the ons that are comically scuffed on the art. Probably evil person and probably a sex offender. Yeah, unironically, probably. Let's not kid ourselves here. It most likely is. Being like, what's your superpower? Being a sex offender. No. I'm just gonna post that in general on the server and just no context, no ideas, no context, just a naked midget with a death wish. It's an enchanted sword, isn't it? It's an enchanted sword that's going to try to murder you. Here's 8,000 rules of text. 1 1 2 2 3 4 12 12 16 blank 20. I believe that means you are like one of the main people of... yes, say hello to Merlin. Because I've realized something very unique. The Black Magician, you are effectively, mind you, you are effectively fighting Saruman. Not Sauron, Saruman. Like, that's who you are effectively fighting the entire time. You kill the Black Magician and you win because the Black Magician is an uber asshole and has nothing of value to give you. And you're like, man, wouldn't it be really cool if I could like live and, you know, live to see my family? And it's like, nah, because I'm the Black Magician and I hate it when people have fun. I hold everyone who thinks that they are allowed to have fun in my domain. Hello, Minotaur, Minotauro, 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 Minotauro. It's a Minotaur. You'd say it's the clay that woke. Woke propaganda. I don't need you, you woke moralists. Harry, you're not an ultra-liberal. Maybe I am. Thought about that, Kim? Never thought about that. Is that just a living sword? Yes, that is a living sword that just wants to shoot you. Living sword. It finds you and it will cut you. 9 8 6 blank 10. Giant dragon monster. 14 18 blank 40. Giant sea dragons. I do give it credit, like, whatever you fight in this game, it's never normal. Like, here's a fucking Nazgul, by the way. Like, mind you, I looked this up because we were going through it and I wanted to check, and like, yes, this is legitimately actually just a fucking Nazgul. And like, yeah, it's like, okay, why are we fighting a Nazgul? Because we can. And in case you're wondering, yes, their lore is quite literally the exact same. There's no like, oh, it's secretly this or whatever. No, you fight just an actual literal Nazgul in this game, and that's baller. That is incredibly baller, and I wish to fight more Nazgul as a person. However, I was not lucky enough to get the Middle-earth case selected this time. So there will be no Nazgul fighting. Instead, we will be cutting each other's dicks off in a Song of Swords game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Generally, both cases I got are going to be interesting cases for very different reasons. I think the War Drum case is going to be kind of an interesting one because there are a few franchises that, like, I wouldn't say that are like dead, but like they're franchises that have some interesting history behind them. This is just a sandworm. Probably the one I'm most excited for, unironically, in the War Drum case is the Molifox one. Because Molifaux, I always wanted to try Molifox. I always thought like, oh, this is kind of an interesting concept with cards and stuff. So having it as a role-playing game, I'm like, cool. This is kind of a neat idea. I wonder how they do things. From what I've heard, it's went over with a dull thud, like most Molifox products. I thought about doing Iron Kingdom. Orcs and Draconians are 60% of the encounter. Yeah. I did debate on doing Iron Kingdoms in that case, but I decided against it because I realized that Iron Kingdoms is 5e. And I'm like, I don't really want to do just another 5e game. I did the one Dark Souls game because it was like, this feels to be interesting enough to talk about. And I was very bored by it because it wasn't even I didn't even get the super scuffed version where people were like overpowered or anything. No, it was just, oh, you just fucked up. Like, oh. Everything you do is lame. The talking wall. Hello, it's the classic talking wall. The talking wall gaslights you into committing tax fraud. Don't worry, we will always know when you commit tax fraud. The real villain of the setting was the fact that you don't have any money. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 15, 17, 35, 22, 40. It actually has mana this one. That's just a literal actual saber-toothed tiger. I feel a little bit less intimidated of tigers ever since I watched the Mandalore video the other day, and watching a single man gun down literal hundreds of wildlife with just a single rifle. It's an ooze monster. Ooze. Don't you want to be my ooze? Hey, darling, what are you doing over? Hey, darling, what you doing over? Have no fear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16, 12, 60, duff. Skeleton! What are you fighting? Skeleton! Ah, yes, the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper, they say. Meanwhile, the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper. Da-da-da. 14. I feel we're hitting the goofier enemies at this point. 8, 11, 5, 10. What are you? I am a knight. I do knight things. Ah, yes, the Sphinx. No. Ah, yes, the greedy shop owners. Because, while the black magician may be destroying the world, that will not stop us from hating capitalism. As you know, Spell of the Black Magician is actually a critique on the capitalist system by Russian super boomers. 2-2-2-3-3-4 14-10 6 blank 20. Ooh. Alright, we can do the 0 1 2 2 2 3 9 8 5 blank 10. One, 1 2 2 3 4 11 10 15 blank 10. Or 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 3 4 5. Ooh, you're a weird little cat man. Oh wow, it's a giant eagle. Man, what's your ability, my friend? Oh, it's the call giant eagles. Call the being from, from on high. Ah, I see. One, 1 2 3 3 4. That's a Cyclops. 4 3 3 4 4 5 5 12 12 30 blank 20. What are you, guy? What's your amazing ability? I don't have any. I'm a dude. Go out for adventure, they said. It'll be fine, they said. There's nothing in those woods that want to kill me. Surprise, it's more draconians. Honestly, every single encounter should just have more draconians in it. It'll be funny, guys. But what if we just added in more draconians? The titular Black Magician. See, this isn't even the Black Magician. He's not full. 16, 15, 30, 40, 70. This is like his second in command. That's just an elf. What's your special ability, Mr. Elf? Nothing. You have no ability. Kill elves. They drop valuable money for you. You should definitely kill them for that money. And they don't need it, but you do. Boom. 8, 3, 7, 11, 14, 17, 20, 15, 17, 40, blank, blank, 50. There we go. That's the that is the last one. So, we have successfully gone through every single one of the monsters. What I'm going to do now is a really boring process of organizing things up, and probably this Sunday we'll do a double or nothing to finish it up and start the compiling process. We'll probably just do that all in one stream. That'll be a fun thing to do. So thank you all for watching. I know a little bit shorter one tonight, but thank you. Godspeed. Good luck. Probably see you the conclusion of the full translation aspect on Sunday into compilation. If tomorrow ends pretty early, I might hop on, I might not. Don't really know yet. We'll play it by ear. So thank you. Love you all. Goodbye.